let us finally discuss about the topic priority interrupts. Let us understand what do you mean by this priority interrupts. You know that at any specific point of period, there will be many sources that can interrupt the CPU. That is, at any point, there is no restriction on the number of devices that can interrupt the CPU. Okay, let us say CPU is connected to many devices. Device 1, device 2, device 3, device 4, and device N. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, N. The CPU can receive the interrupt from any source. Okay, if at any point of period only one source is interrupting, then the CPU will be able to execute this, the device's interrupt service routine. But what if multiple devices requesting the CPU at the same time, which does come under priority interrupts? Here, all these interrupts are given the priorities according to their speeds. Of course, the fastest device will be getting the highest priority. Let us analyze. There are several devices that are connected to the CPU: disk, keyboard, reader, that is a card reader, and printer. Okay, if we can actually have a look at in which the disk will be given the highest priority. Okay, because this is the fastest device, followed by reader. Reader will get the second highest priority because reader is faster than any other device down the stream. Now printer will get the third priority and keyboard will get the fourth priority. According to these priorities, CPU will have to choose, request, and service this specific request. Okay, if any point of period only one device is requesting, CPU job will be simpler and easier because CPU will have to execute only that specific service routine. But what if multiple devices are requesting? At that time, CPU will have to analyze the priorities. Okay, which has got a highest priority? That should be serviced first. Okay, in which, for an example, there are several devices. This is the disk, this is the printer, this is the reader, this is keyboard, this is mouse. Obviously, disk will get the highest priority, and the reader will get the second priority, printer will get the third priority, mouse will get the fourth priority, and the keyboard will get the fifth priority. If these independently disturb the CPU, interrupt the CPU, no problem. What if one or more devices, rather two or more devices, simultaneously interrupting the CPU? In what way CPU is going to identify the priorities? Simple. There are two ways. The way CPU is going to find out the priorities is, one is a software way and one more is a hardware way. Let us discuss about a software way which is also called polling. Okay, let us see polling. In polling, when CPU receives multiple interrupt requests, then CPU is going to execute a program. CPU executes a program to identify the priorities. Okay, this polling programs can be written by using any of the sorting techniques. Okay, eventually priorities will be sorted out. In the polling program, CPU gets all the priorities, then it is going to sort out. The priorities what CPU got is, let us say, 5, 7, 2, 8, 1. Then after executing the polling program, it will be properly ordered like 1, 2, 5, 7, 8, in which it is going to pick up the least number which has got the highest priority, which means that disk is selected to get serviced, right? So you can understand that the polling is a technique in which the CPU is going to execute a program to identify the priorities, to sort out the priorities, during which a sorting program will get executed. This program will be written by using a sorting technique, after which the priorities will be sorted out. So in which CPU is going to find out the highest prioritized device and it starts servicing that specific device. This is how the polling program, the polling technique is available. Next thing is hardware priorities. These are called hardware priorities. The problem with the polling is CPU consumes a lot of time. Okay. Now, you have to understand when a program gets executed, of course, this program consumes the time. Program execution is going to consume time. It's a time-waste procedure because already you are executing one program which is interrupted by several other programs. Okay. In order to execute which of these programs, I am executing some intermediate program which is called starting program. Currently, CPU is executing P1. So at that time, there are three programs interrupted, three devices interrupted. Each has a specific program to execute. So in order to sort these programs, sort these priorities out, CPU is executing one program called sorting program. So here you can understand CPU is neither executing the suspended program nor executing interrupt service routine. In order to execute which interrupt service routine first, it is executing one intermediate program called starting program. You can understand how time waste this is. Now we move to a better procedure which is called a hardware technique. In the hardware technique, the priorities will be identified by using some hardware connections. Let us look at this. This is a daisy chaining way of identifying the priorities, which can also be called as serial priorities. Okay. What is serial priorities? Let us understand. First, you understand the block diagram in which you can see a device 1, device 2, and device 3, right? First, device 1 is connected, followed by device 2, followed by device 3. These devices are connected in a proper order of their priorities, which means that device 1 will get the highest priority, device 3 will get least priority. These are connected in that specific order. Okay. So here, each of these devices are connected to the CPU by using some interrupt request line. You understand this? All the devices are connected to the CPU by using one line. You can understand. You got it? One interrupt request line used to connect the CPU by all the devices. Okay. And then next thing is there is an interrupt acknowledge from the CPU connected to the first device. Okay. Every device has its own address. VAD1, VAD2, VAD3 means vectored address. Vectored address 1, vectored address 2, vectored address 3. Sir, what is vectored address? Nothing. Very simple. Vectored address is starting address of the service routine. Address of service routine. So this device 1 has its vectored address here. This device 1 has its vectored, device 2 has its vectored address here. This device 3 has its vectored address here. Now let us see how this is going to work in this case. How this daisy chaining mechanism does work. You can see that any device can interrupt the CPU by using a single interrupt request line. For an example, this device is requesting, this device is also requesting, this device is also requesting. But CPU don't know which of the devices are actually interrupting. If the interrupt source is a single source or multiple sources are not known to the CPU, because CPU gets only one single interrupt request line. When this line is equal to 1, that means that there has been an interrupt request. It can be a single source or multiple sources. Okay. The moment CPU receives an interrupt request, immediately CPU is going to send an interrupt acknowledge to the first device only. Let us see how does it work. Interrupt request is equal to 1. That means that CPU receives an interrupt request line, interrupt request, which means that immediately CPU should service the interrupt. But CPU should also identify the priorities. Which device should be serviced first? So what CPU does is, initially it goes to the first device and then finds out if this device is interrupting. If this device is not interrupting, then only it goes to the next device. Finds out if this device is interrupting. If this device is not interrupting, then only it goes to the next device to find out if this device is interrupting, because this is the order of the priorities. Device 1 has got the highest priority, device 2 has got the second highest priority, device 3 has got the least priority, as those are connected in the figure. Okay. Now let us see, how does CPU understand if a device is requesting or not? Okay, you can clearly see every device has a PI connection and a PO connection. Okay, what is this PI and PO? PI stands for priority in. PO stands for priority out. Okay, so let us understand, how does CPU knows that a specific device is actually interrupting. The rule for a device to interrupt the CPU is priority in, that is PI, should be equal to 1. Priority out, that is PO, should be equal to 0. Okay, if these are 1 and 0, which means that this device is interrupting, then it will be 1. Then CPU will be interrupted. So device 2, let us understand, all of the devices are interrupting CPU, which means that all of the devices PI and PO values are 1 and 0. If any device is not interrupting, PI is equal to, I will write it here, PI should be equal to 1, PO should be equal to 1. That is, when both PI and PO are equal to 1, which means that that device is not interrupting. For an example, this device is not interrupting. This PI will be equal to 1. This PO will also be equal to 1. Okay, which means that this device is not interrupting. Again, if you want to interrupt the CPU, have your priority in equal to 1, have your priority equal to, priority out should be equal to 0. If you do not want to interrupt the CPU, your PI must be equal to 1 and also the PO equal to 1. Okay, so this is the rule. Using this rule, CPU is going to check which is the device actually interrupting. For an example, now all these 3 devices are interrupting. But will the CPU be able to go to the next device? No, CPU cannot go to the next device because PI and PO are equal to 1, 0. Okay, 1, 0, right? When 1, 0, you can understand. A shortcut to understand is 1, 0 is 1 will open the gate, 0 will close the gate, which means that CPU will be allowed to come in, but the outdoor is closed. Okay, CPU cannot go. 1 is an open door, 0 is a closed door. Okay, so in this case, CPU will be able to enter but cannot go because the out gate is closed. Okay, if both are equal to 1 and 1, open door is the entrance door is open and also exit door, when both are equal to 1 and 1. Okay, so using this rule, CPU will be able to identify which of the devices is interrupting. Now, this device is interrupting 1 and 0. Immediately, this address, which is the subroutine's first address, will be loaded into the CPU. You see this line? Will be loaded into the CPU, taking this address CPU goes to the main memory and CPU will be able to execute service routine. After executing the service routine, what will happen to this device? This PI will be equal to 1 and PO also will be equal to 1, saying that I'm not interrupting anymore. My interrupt service routine has been executed. Okay, but still this is equal to 1 because these two devices are also interrupting, right? Which means that this device is not interrupting, but this device is interrupting. The next thing is CPU will come here as the interrupt request is still 1. Interrupt acknowledge will be sent to the first device, but first device is not interrupting. First device allowed the CPU to go out because PI and PO both are equal to 1. So CPU comes here, but finds out PI and PO of the second device are equal to 1 and 0. Means that this is the device right now is interrupting. Taking this vectored address, CPU will be able to service. Finally, after executing this service routine, device 2, PI and PO also equal to 1 and 1. Okay, which means that this is also not interrupting. But still, the third device is interrupting, right? Because this is equal to 1. Which means that interrupt request line will be still equal to 1 because third device is still interrupting. When there is an interrupt, CPU will send interrupt acknowledge line, okay, to the first device. First device is not interrupting because 1 and 1. Second device is also not interrupting because of this 1 and 1. Now the third device is interrupting because it is 1 and 0. So finally, CPU will be able to, finish the service routine of the device 3. This is how CPU is going to handle the interrupts, okay, by using daisy chaining priority, which is called serial priorities. In the next session, we are going to understand about the parallel priorities, which is slightly better than the serial priority.